Hi, my name is Carla and I've been knitting for exactly 1 year. This year I decided to get myself a treat and buy myself my first ever yarn advent calendar. I decided to buy myself the Botanical Fade advent calendar from Loco. This is absolutely not sponsored by Loco, but I love Nicole and her yarns. I fell in love with this yarn brand when I saw their geode collection on Instagram. I purchased it immediately and I started making this cardigan that I haven't finished, but I was so excited to wear it for outside lands that I wore it kind of half done. And I thought that the fade was so nice that I was so sure that Nicole would come up with something great for an advent calendar, so I decided to buy one. I also got really inspired by Nitty Natty. I watch all of Nitty Natty's videos and she just gets so excited about yarn advents that I was like, I have to try one. So here I am, first advent, and it's December 1st, so I'm going to open up the first one. I'm currently visiting family in New York, so I don't have the full box, but I have, I brought the first like 9. Here are the first 5. They're all in these little numbered boxes, and the colorway names are on the main box, but I didn't bring that with me. The advent comes with 24 minis and 1 main skein. Each of these boxes contains a 20-gram mini skein of 80/20 superwash merino fingering weight sock yarn. Okay, I'm going to open up the first one right now. I'm so excited. It is called Safflower. It is so cute. It's all like twisted up because it's been in a box, but that's the yarn. I am going to wind this up like immediately and start working on my project. I'm so excited. I'm assuming safflower is a flower. I should look that up. I'm definitely sensing the botanical vibe. Like these colored areas feel very naturey, petally. They kind of remind me of like the middle part, I don't know what you call the middle part of the flower, or also they kind of remind me of like butterfly leaves or butterfly wings. It is so cold today, at least to me. The weather has been like in the 30s, which is definitely getting me in the mood for winter knitting. I live in San Francisco and it's been like the warmest October. It was in the 70s and 80s in October. In November it was maybe 60s and 70s, so I haven't really felt winter until I got here, so it feels right. The pattern I'm going to try to make is called the Snowy Pines Wrap by Knotwell. It is this big arrow-shaped lace shawl that looks so cozy. I saw this on Instagram and the colors of the advent that she used kind of reminded me of the vibes of the Loco geode collection. It kind of reminded me of the vibes of what Loco tends to do with their collections, so I just thought it would look so good. I kept seeing this on Instagram and I just couldn't stop, or I think I saw it once on Instagram and I just couldn't stop thinking about it. It just felt right, so I am excited to cast that on today and I'm really excited to wear it. I'm gonna say this right now, I am not going to finish this in December. I am not going to try to get every single day done on the day that I open it. I'm hoping to open the yarn for a little bit of fun each day, but I think I'm going to be working on this well into next year. My goal is to get it done by around festival season, which is gonna be, July, August. I go to a lot of concerts, I go to a lot of music festivals, and it gets really cold at night, and it's nice to have something that is not like an ugly puffer to keep me warm. So I'm just excited to have such a beautiful shawl that's all made of wool to keep me warm. It'll be like having this really beautiful blanket around me. I've been attending Outside Lands in San Francisco for the past few years, and it takes place in Golden Gate Park in August, and by I want to say 5 p.m. it's like in the 50s, maybe the 40s, and it's just there's no sun and it's very cold, but there's still so much show to go. It'll be really nice to have a warm shawl. I'm like multitasking. I'm vlogging myself open this yarn right now. You support your creative endeavors. Thank you. Hi. Okay, so I'm in the middle, they're laughing at me. I'm in the middle of a Secret Santa with my college friends. I'm pretty sure I've muted. Okay, thank God. This is the first color. I got my US size 3 needles. It is 3.25 millimeters, and now I have to cast on over 150 stitches. Let's do this. Oh no, I was. Yeah, that's like super helpful. Wow. Tea place. It's a silicone tea place set. Oh. My guess is Carla. Thank you. This is so good. I knew exactly what I wanted to get you. Dishwasher safe and food safe, so he can actually like eat out of it if he wants to. But then he can just play with it if he wants to do that while you're having tea time. Ooh. Did you get one yet? You're still maybe she could be one. Yeah. Is it you? No. Oh, it's not. Oh. It is Monday, December 2nd, and it is 3:45 p.m. and it feels like the sun is already setting. I am drinking out of this mug. It's been my favorite mug while I've been here. It says you already have what it takes. I think it's super corny, but that's why I love it. It is the second day of Advent, so I get to open up my second box. First, I'm going to show what I have done so far with the first one. This is how far I got with the first skein. I think I did about 8 out of the 11 repeats they're supposed to be for the first color. And this is what's left. So the second one that I'm about to open, it's called Osage, and it is, I looked this up, it is a green citrus fruit. So let's see how that looks. Ooh. Ooh. Green definitely isn't my favorite color, so I'm excited that it is not that. It is definitely a fade between the last color and a new pinky purple one, so I wonder if like the Osage fruit is green and the flowers or the rest of the foliage is this color, but I love this. That is so cute. I'm so excited. Pink and purple are definitely like my favorite colors, so I love that. The other thing I wanted to show is that I got a knitpicks ball winder for Secret Santa yesterday. I put it on my wish list, so I'm super excited to set this up and wind my yarn. I've actually been hand winding my yarn for the past year, every single hank I've gotten, so I think I've never used a ball winder before, so we'll see how that goes. Hello, I'm super sleep deprived. I slept maybe 2 hours and I have been crying for reasons completely unrelated to knitting, but I still wanted to give y'all an update. I finished the very first section before I start fading into the second color, and I think it looks pretty cool. I have about this much left, so I'm hoping that that's enough for the fade. I still have my yarn number 2 right here, and right now I'm going to open up number 3. I think I know what color it is. So the color is called Wild Sumac, which is maybe a reddish flower, but it's part of the cashew family. That's interesting. Okay, well, let's find out what this looks like. I'm thinking it might be a little bit reddish. Ooh, oh my god. Oh, this is so beautiful. It's like vaguely Christmassy actually, but it's this like reddish, greenish, orangish color. This is so pretty, and this is what it looks like beside number 2. So I was up last night basically because my brother and his wife were getting ready for their trip to Asia, and they were up all night, so I kind of just stayed up all night in solidarity. I was editing and knitting a bit, and I ended up getting like 2 hours of sleep. And then this morning I was just really emotional about some things that happened last week that it's really not important, but now it's now, and another day, another sleigh. Oh, I want to open up the ball winder because I really want to keep working on this advent. I'm really liking working on it. It's like, so far it's just all garter stitch, but somehow it is not boring yet. So, and I'm just, I guess like, it's always more fun to work with colors, so I'm so excited to add on the next colors. I didn't bring my Swift with me, so we might be like manually doing it or using this office chair. We'll see. Yeah, I think that's technically it for assembly. Just have to put this in somehow. I'm also dealing with this right now because I can't focus on two things at once. Okay, so I'm still detangling this, but I am so loving the purples in this. It's just really giving like fruit or like fruit jelly, and I love it.
Markers out of my old Altoids tin. I've heard.
Hello, it is December 4th at like 4 p.m., but it already feels like it's the middle of the night. There's no sun out there. It just got dark super fast, and I figured I needed to film before there was no more light at all. So it is the 4th day of Advent. I'm gonna open this one up. The colorway is called Weld, which is another term for dyer's weed. I looked it up and it's like kind of yellowish greenish, so I'm gonna open up. Okay, maybe my Googling powers are not good because this is not yellowish green, but it is so cute. It's like a rusty pinkish orange. I love the way Loco does blends. I know this is gonna look really good worked up. I feel like sometimes I see indie dyed variegateds and there's so much going on that you know that the actual swatch is gonna be kind of crazy, but this is gonna look so good and smooth. And beside number 3, look at that. I haven't actually made that much progress on the shawl. I'm working through it slowly, but again, I'm trying not to be I'm not rushing on it. I'm working through color number 2, and it's just been nice and relaxing. We have day 5 right here. Thank you, New York, for the soundtrack. Ooh, okay. I guess they're going with the seed route. It's this kind of blush brownish pink. It does feel a lot like the flax seed. I can definitely see the way the fade is going. I believe 5 is our first kind of solid color, and I think it's so cute. Hello, it's December 6th, and we're gonna open up one more The color is called matterroot, which I just looked up, and it's kind of reddish brownish, and then of course it has green leaves, so it could be any of those colors, I guess. I'm guessing it'll be more on the red side since the name has the word root in it. So this is a super lovely reddish, brownish, orangish color with a hint of green. So we were right. It's very close to the Google photos, I guess. It's very autumnal, very fall foliage. It sounds in description close to the one from day 3, but day 3 is definitely a lot more. First of all, the colors are brighter, but this one is a lot more leaning cream and green, while this one is definitely a lot more leaning red and brown, even though I'm sure Nicole uses a lot of the same dyes in these different skeins. I'm really excited to see how they fade. So this is the most recent 4 colors for 3, 4, 5, and 6. I can totally see how that fade is gonna go really well. And then these are the first 2 colors in my whip, starting with the kind of orangey creamy one and then the creamy pink one. I just got to the lace section of the shawl and you can start to see the holes over here. It's been like a bit of a struggle, but I think that's just because I just started this pattern. I'm just figuring out the lace chart, but I think I have figured it out now, and I hope not to make too many mistakes, but I had to frog back so many times because, you know, you get 1 stitch wrong in 150 stitch row and you have to like frog back all the way, but I think I get it now and I think it's gonna be smoother from here. Also, I wanted to say I've been loving knitting the pink parts of the second yarn, or pinkish purplish parts. It's just so fun to, you know, knit a color and then get to a color that you really like. It's just like a little treat each time. Hello, it's December 7th. That's not the 7th. It's December 7th. Today's color is called pomegranate. I think we can all imagine what that looks like. So I'm gonna open it really quick. I don't have any updates on my shawl because I've been working on something else, but I will show that in a sec. Pomegranate. And it is this delightful pink. I'm loving this pink. I am so glad that I get to work with this. It looks like that pink that I'm enjoying from the second color. So I haven't been working on the advent shawl because I'm focusing on getting my baby gifts finally done for the year. I'm on blanket number 4. And I finished all of the squares recently. And I'm currently working on the border. So I did about 1/4 of the border last night in this teal color, and I'm gonna do the rest of the colors hopefully very soon. Hello, happy December 8th. Happy / sad last day of the Eras tour. I have no idea what Blondie has in store for us today, but I definitely will be streaming. I have day 8. Last night I went and saw Romeo and Juliet on Broadway with Kit Connor and Rachel Zegler. It was so cool to be like 3 feet away from both of them. I could like see the like beads of sweat on their face. It was so crazy. I enjoyed it a lot. The music was by Jack Antonoff. The choreography was by Sonia Taya. I love all of these people, so it was just such a dream. Very concept, very, they definitely had an aesthetic that they captured, and I really appreciated the costumes, the lighting design, and just the overall movement. I'm actually really obsessed with the way that they all move together. Not even necessarily dance, but just the way that they all breathed and moved their bodies in reaction to each other on the stage. I just really like that, and like the synchronization of all the different movements. Anyway, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Day 8 is called chamomile. I drink chamomile tea. I didn't look up what it looks like, but I feel like it's probably greenish, yellowish, but let's see. The last color was more on the reddish side, so. And it's the greenish orange. Oh, that's so cute. This kind of looks, this is probably not what they're going for, but it kind of looks savory, like, I don't know, like a crouton. But yeah, it's kind of orangish. There's like a lot of this dark green accent, which I really like.
Welcome to the Eras Tour! Maybe I'm just a girl on a mission, but I'm ready to
Hello, last day in New York. I'm just about ready to leave for the airport, but I need to open day 9. Day 9 is called brazilwood. I was looking it up and it looks like a normal green tree to me, but I guess it's also used to make some dye that's kind of like clayish, reddish brown. So I'm gonna open this up now. And that is definitely what it looks like. It looks a lot like yesterday's, except it's more leaning the reddish side, and yesterday's was more orangish. And then we still have those like black speckles that we had yesterday. I'm seeing some yellow and purple that I didn't see yesterday, so I'm really excited about that. I'm gonna put this onto the string that I am keeping the rest of my skeins on. I was starting to get confused on which one was which, so I have all of them kind of lined up in order like this so that I can keep track of them. So this one's gonna go right here. Okay, so here we have them in order. I'm loving it. I'm going to tie this up and then I really need to finish packing. The one other update I have, I'm gonna be working on this on the plane, but I have been working on the border of this blanket. I'm trying to get it so that the colors of the border don't touch any of the colors on the pattern. So this is what I came up with. One other thing is that last night was the last night of the Eras tour. I watched the whole thing and I was just so emotional. I cried fearless every single time. I think it brings me back to that super emotional time in high school, and the surprise set was perfect. I couldn't have asked for more. I think we were all kind of expecting it to end with the manuscript, but to have Long Live and New Year's Day was so good. New Year's Day is my favorite Taylor Swift song ever, so I felt very blessed to see it on the last night, and I know that since she did it on the last night that she loves that song too. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life now. I guess I'm gonna put my heart into this YouTube channel because I don't know, the Eras tour has meant so much to me for so long. Hello, it's December 10th. I'm finishing up the last of color number 2. I'm saying bye to this lovely pink part that I will see again when we get to like pomegranate and the other colors that have this dye in it. This is the fade part, so I already started working on color number 3, which the more I look at it, the more it just looks so... Sometimes I look at it and I'm like, this is Christmas, and sometimes I look at it and I'm like, this is a tomato, but that's color number 3. And we are done with color number 2. This is how much we have left of it, which is perfect. It's just about the same as color number 1, so I know we're going to be using up all of this yarn. So as you saw, I missed my flight last night. Somehow I didn't take into account travel time properly. I think it's not completely my fault. It was raining. I didn't expect it to take so long to get to the airport. I budgeted like an hour to get from the Upper West Side to New York Airport in non-rush hour traffic, but because it was raining, it took 2 full hours, and I just wasn't gonna make my flight. It was fine though. I figured they could rebook me, so I went to the counter and just asked them to rebook me, and the person at the counter was like, "You're really calm for someone who's about to miss your flight." And I'm like, I mean, I was gonna knit during my flight and after my flight. Now I'm just gonna knit a bit more before my flight. It's gonna be fine. The only thing I didn't like was that my flight was booked to 3 hours later, so it was during a time that more people probably wanted to get sleep on the plane. So I felt a little bad having the light on at my seat. So I didn't have it on the whole time. I just had it on for a bit. And I actually did most of the lace in the dark, if that makes sense. But this is where we're at right now. We have the garter section at the bottom, which is color number 1, and then we faded into color number 2 for the lace section, and we're now fading into color number 3. This is the only real complicated lace pattern I've ever done, so I'm really happy with it. This is my first shawl also, so I'm learning a lot, and I think it looks pretty cool. I definitely got confused a bunch in the beginning, but it makes sense to me now. So it's hard to keep track of, the yarn overs and the increases and the decreases and making sure your count stays the same all the time and that you're not off by one somewhere, but it all makes sense now. So I'm home in SF now. I have the full actual box of the Advent. This is the box that it came in. It's the Hue Loco Botanical Fade Advent. It has all the boxes in there and the colorway names. Number 10 is called Soda Ash. I'm gonna guess that one is grayish. We'll find out. I'm gonna open it right now. Ooh. Ugh, I love this. It's not gray, it's more brownish, but brownish purplish, which I like so much. And so far, I am loving the amount of pink and purple in this. It's like pink and purple, but more on the earthy side, less of the pastel side. So yeah, I love that. So yeah, for knitting in 90% darkness, I think this looks pretty okay. So December 11th is called Silver Birch. I would be surprised if this is not silver, but you know what? This Advent has surprised me a lot. So let's open up December 11th. Oh, that is pretty. It is a kind of muted pink. I guess it is on the silvery side. I want to see it more in the daylight. I wanted to film earlier today, but you know what? The sun just sets so early these days. Hello, it's the 12th. Opening up one more skein for the vlog. I don't know what this word is. It's called a fustic or fustic. I'll put it on the screen. I have no idea what this is, but we've been in the kind of pinkish family recently, so let's open it up. Yes. Okay, whatever fustic is. Oh, is it like fuchsia? I love it. This is that pink that I've been loving since the beginning, so I'm just so excited to get to this skein. Hello, I wanted to finish the vlog with a semi-finished object. This is the blanket that I have been working on. I'm going to finish it off and send it off to my friend because the baby is coming. I got the border on and I managed to do this pattern where none of the colors touch. If you're here at the end, thanks so much for watching. Please say hi in the comments. I respond to everyone. See you next time.